Okay, welcome back to the Magic Hours. So let's talk about egregores. Egregores, and I'll put a link in the comments, but basically, maybe I should read actually the actual definition. I think that would be actually better. And the reason why I'm doing this video is to continue, and I'm doing a whole series on updating our default settings using various things. So right now I am doing a series on Chiron and Chiron moving through different signs. Chiron is a generational asteroid that has certain effects. Chiron is the primal wounding, okay? And it is the same with these egregores. So basically, an egregore is a psychic entity. It exists between the material and the spiritual world, and it is connected to both. And it is a creation that can be created intentionally or unintentionally. And after a while, it becomes its own entity with the power to influence people's lives, ideas, etc. Okay, so this could be a group that has a common purpose, like a family. And so the egregores of the family used to be huge, right? But it could also be a political party, it could be a religion, it could be celebrity culture. And like anything, this can be used for good or it can be used for ill. It all depends on the type of thought that actually created it. And I feel like it's really important for us for me to share some of these different ideologies at this time, because I believe it's important for us to take control of our own minds, our spiritual bodies, our mental bodies, etc. Okay. And so one of the ways, particularly when we think about celebrity culture, which I've been thinking about a lot since, with everything that's happening in Gaza and the Congo and Sudan, and the celebrity response. And I've also been thinking about people's political responses to politicians as well. And even one of the things that came to me when I did the Beyonce video earlier this year, when I had the Pop Culture Tarot channel, was that, and I didn't know anything about egregores, I did not at all. But one of the things when I was doing the reading that came forward was that the person we see, like any celebrity, is not necessarily the person we see. It is which now I know it is the thought form, it is the entity that was created based on people's adoration, people's worship, etc. And again, that's with any celebrity and any politician. And so there are different universal laws that say what you resist persists, right? And so that is why, people are calling Joe Biden certain things. People are calling different politicians certain things. And I don't think people realize that by doing that, all you're doing is quote unquote feeding the egregore, therefore making the person more powerful. Okay. And so one of the things that I decided to do is to pull myself away, pull my energy away from certain parts of celebrity culture. Because this goes back to the idea of us all being in a collective consciousness. And I think lots of spiritual people say that. I was one of those people myself. I had an understanding, but I didn't have like a deep understanding of what that actually means. And so I hope that this is really helpful for people, again, to liberate their minds and their eyes and to go about their organizing and the things they're doing more mindful and really understanding and actually believing that the spiritual world is real. I think that a lot of people don't believe that the spiritual world is real. And so one of the best ways to, again, depower this energy or this entity is to remove your information, remove your attention from it, right? Like starve it out. So let's just see what my guides have. And I had to ask permission if I could even do this video. So let's see what my guides have to say about what their advice is. Okay, it's not this one. For particularly celebrity culture, I just think right now it's really important to separate ourselves from celebrity culture as much as possible and really dig into our own talents and the things and our own ideas. Because again, the thing about it is the egregore can actually influence people's behavior after a while. They can influence the group, right? And so, there's just want to make sure that we are not being exposed, which we are, to mind control. Okay. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So the first card I got here, and I do feel like these are crystals to help us to, again, extricate ourselves from these energies and really understand true liberation. And so the first one we have here is smoky quartz, and it was in reverse, and it says, let it go. And so this right here tells me that these energies are in absolute 100% full effect, because just even looking at, and I do believe that social media, not even what I believe, because I don't know if you all know I also channel, but and look at the computer going crazy. But one of the things about social media has been absolutely wonderful in connecting people and allowing people to organize and all of those things. But social media itself is also an egregore. Because again, we all feed into it. We all give it our attention. We all give it our energy. And so that means that we have a responsibility, for those of us that care, about sending out certain frequencies and certain conversations through this medium and not feeding into the heavier, lower vibrational parts. Because again, our thoughts feed these things. Look at my computer going crazy. Okay. And it has a grip, it has a hold. Just again, because of this being upside down, I feel like certain people who call themselves stands and things like that, even this conversation will probably be like, oh my gosh, no way. So what needs to be embraced? I love the fact that selenite is here because it says clear the clutter. Because one of the things that I feel is happening is that actually we are not even being able to access our own thoughts, because our thoughts again are being are being influenced by these other thought forms. And so I feel like I would grab my health selenite, but it's under my bed. Um, I feel like again, putting selenite somewhere close, it's a very high vibrational crystal. You can use it to clean other crystals. It doesn't even have to be cleaned or recharged like most crystals. And I think that is a good way to clear the clutter. I also feel like if you're obsessively, and I've done it, listen, I have obsessively listened to songs over and over again. And I'm like, I mean, I feel like this is a perfect example. I'm like, why do I keep listening to this song? I don't even like this artist really. Like something doesn't feel right about this artist. Why am I? But I just keep listening to it and listening to it. And now I believe, and I'm going to check if this is the effects of an egregore. King of Swords. Yes. Yes. King of Swords. You see that? Yeah. And you see it says structure, intelligent structure, head over heart, morals, and detach. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. There we go. So selenite will help to clear the clutter. And then we have agate to get ourselves back in balance. To get ourselves back in balance. So the first step of extricating ourselves, of letting go, is to clear the clutter. I mean, these are really both the, well, no, they're not really the same things, because it's like first you clean the house, right? First you clean the house, you go through, you get out all the clutter, and then you put in what you want to put in. And so let's ask how you can, so agate is a good way to get back in balance, but I also want to, my gosh, I'm getting so hot. I'm getting so hot. I gotta pause this. I'm getting so hot. Oh my